Hello, everyone. My name is Linda McHenry, and I'm the pastor of Mission of Hope Ministry. I'm coming to talk to you concerning a song that I was listening to. It's by Travis Green. It's called You Made a Way. And this song had the same effect as, when you have this certain smell or a scent go by you, and it brings you back to your mother's kitchen because the food smells so good. You can actually smell the different ingredients and the love of your mother. And so it brings you back into a warm place. Well, when I listened to this song by Travis Green concerning You Made a Way, it brings me back to a time that I went through a trial. I had had a miscarriage of my daughter, Virginia, and that was a trying time in my life. And I'm going to tell you, when I think about it, and my family had given me some type of birthday party a few days later, trying to cheer me up. I don't even remember the birthday party. There's a lot of things I don't remember about that time because I was in a place of hurt and of losing my baby and feeling that everyone that was involved, including, was not interested in having a child at that time, so I couldn't be comforted by my husband. So basically, where we are now is dealing with different things and how do we deal with these things. When I hear this song by Travis Green, what comes to my mind is that I got pregnant with my second daughter, Vanessa, and we went to my god sister's birthday party. And while we were there, my daughter Vanessa was walking around. She had just started walking, and she was feeling pretty good about herself because she could stand by herself. I have this beautiful picture with her standing in her little checkered green top and green bottom. And now I wonder, is that why she loved green so much? Because I would find a lot of cute little green outfits for her to wear. So basically, what happened is my daughter started not feeling well. She came and laid her head on my knees, and I felt her. And I told my aunt Liza, I said, I think we need to get up and leave because she's not feeling well, and she don't seem like she's getting any better. So I apologized to my auntie, who is my god sister's mother, and say, look, I have to get home. She's not feeling well. So my auntie went to drive us, and while we were driving in the car to take me home, she looked over at my daughter and said, Linda, put your hands at her tongue because it looks like she's having a seizure. She had been studying to be a nurse's aide, so basically I paid attention to her. And my auntie floored that car and she started blowing the horn till she got me to the hospital. We came into the hospital setting, and as soon as they saw my baby, they grabbed my baby and ran off with her, and I was right behind them. There was a lot of things that they didn't even take time with at the time. They was asking me questions about her health as she was being treated. And they first told me that she had 104 fever. And so as this trial that was going on, I just began to pray because I'm a woman of God. My first thing was not to panic, but to pray. And then I was talking to them and asking what I should do. And they wanted me to hold my daughter's hand. So I did. And she was so small on that big table with all those people working with her, the nurse and the doctor. And they were checking her. And after a while, this sound went off. And I saw a straight line. And they start pumping her chest. And then I heard these feet running. And when they came around, it was the cardiac team. And they went to try to get her heart to start again and all of that. All I can remember is I say, oh my God, not again. Because I had lost my first daughter. And so at that point of time, I was still trying to hold my daughter's hand, and they pushed me back up against the wall. And all I could do was stand against that wall and pray. And I started praying a prayer that God would heal. You said that you are our healer. And I went on to say, you said you was wounded for our transgression and you was chastised for our iniquity. You was telling us about the fact that you died that we can be healed. And I'm asking you, Lord, please don't take my daughter. Heal my daughter. And so they were able to uh, recoup her, and she was put on a respirator. And I sat there watching my little daughter's chest going up and down, up and down, up and down. And I just sat down and I just recited the scriptures in my heart and prayed for it while I was waiting for my husband to get there. But I was in this room by myself and my back was up against the wall. And I had to have faith that the word of God that I was preaching, the word of God that had changed my life, was able to heal my young baby on that table. So basically, while she was breathing like that, I started praying. And her body jerked. And when her body jerked, I heard the cardiac team coming again because here's the straight line again. And I find myself a second time in that same room with my back up against the wall. And at this time, I was against the wall going like this, going down the floor and say, Jesus, you promised me that you would take care of my daughter. So they wanted me to leave the room, but I wouldn't leave the room, but I stopped crying because I wanted to be there to support my daughter. And I kept on praying. And as I was praying, they turned around and say, Mom, she's breathing on her own. God had made a way for her in there. And they was able to take her off that respirator. She had to stay in the hospital a little while longer. In the time for us being there, we found out why she was having the fever and why she was showing signs of the seizures is that she had a brain tumor. And she has what is called tuberous sclerosis. So there was things all across her brain. But they were telling me, say the textbook says this, and this should be showing. But all they saw was discolorations on her skin, little patches, a little thing here and there. But it was nothing that I had seen to that time about that she had a brain tumor. And so what happened with this thing is during the course of her young life, back and forth to the hospitals, again and again, having a seizure, my husband running out of the room with her, me having something, I'm running out of the room with her, and just believing God to heal her. And as we prayed one day, God reversed the seizures. And then he reversed so many other things that was going on in her life. And I'm telling you right now, what really quickened my heart more than anything else is to find out that day that God is really able to do just what he says. He's able to make a way. So every time I hear that song and I look at my 30-year-old daughter, where they told me she wouldn't live to see the age of probably 16 because of all the different things that she was going through. And then they was telling me all kind of things that would happen and how she would regress and how she would have problems with different parts in her body. But day by day, I saw God heal and deliver my daughter. And she's here now. And even when we went in, when she turned 19, they said it looks like the brain tumor is growing. I prayed that same prayer again. And when we went in to do the pre-op everything examination, the doctor measured the tumor for the last time. And he said to me, this thing is not growing. And she's not experiencing these seizures and what you call them like she did at the time before. So he said, if it's not broken, we won't fix it. So what happened in that process? I saw the divine God that we believe in come off the pages and become like to me. He made a way.